Okay, Suzanne, you want to call the roll?
Councilman Kitchen,
Yes, here.
Councilman Morrow.
Get me? Hello?
I can hear you, Eric.
Hey, we got you, Eric.
Thank you.
John Morrow, we can't hear you.
Here.
Councilman Secreto,
Here.
Councilman Van Cleek,
Here.
Supervisor Quigley.
Here, thank you very much. Welcome to the Town of Ulster Town Board Workshop Meeting for Thursday, December 3rd, 2020. Are there any additions or changes to the agenda from the board members?
None from me.
Okay, I have an item that was missed in the preparation of the agenda. It goes in with the motion to authorize the supervisor to sign the 2021 range agreement for the Ulster County Sheriff's Office. That's an additional range agreement. I don't think we have an ability for public discussion on agenda items tonight, so I will move on. Are there any items of communication that wish to be presented?
I have a letter here, an email. I didn't share it, but it's very nice letter. I didn't share it prior to the meeting. It was received Tuesday, December 1st via email, and it reads, "Good afternoon. I hope this email finds you well. I'm writing to express my thanks for the quick response time of Vincent Majori and Frank Pechamal from the wastewater and highway departments. Last night, the heavy rain caused Alder Court and Deer Run development, including my driveway and road connected to it, to flood. I've lived in the neighborhood since 2011, and I've never seen a flood like it did last night. It was to the point my wife and I, along with our kids, were digging a ditch to keep away from our home. In the midst of our activities, our neighbor Lois Smith contacted Frank and Vincent, arrived to check on the things and to explain why they had seen after checking other areas around Alder Court. I wanted to share this with you so that you're aware of their application. While there wasn't much they could do, it was reassuring to know the town was in action and aware of the situation. If there's something that can be done to improve the drainage in the Deer Run development, Beach, Poplar, Deer Run, Alder Court, that would be greatly appreciated by all the residents, including myself.
All right, please rise for the pledge of allegiance.
Thank you, Chris Doyle, 55 Alder Court."
Okay, very good.
That's all for communications.
Moving to the scheduled agenda items. We emailed to the board members this afternoon. I will present to the town clerk tomorrow morning the town fee schedule for 2021. It contains water rate increases and sewer rate increases, approximately 3%. The water increases are driven by a cost increase from the city of Kingston under the water purchase agreement. And the increase in the sewer department is general departmental expense increases. As I said, we will have a properly presented town fee schedule tomorrow, and we will post it to the website. Gentlemen, the next item in our agenda is based upon an email that I sent around earlier this week and then again sent around today. It is a motion to set the annual permit fee for the transfer station. It is essential that we take this tonight separate from the fee schedule so that the town clerk's office may have the opportunity to sell permits for 2021 starting tomorrow under the new proposed fee schedule. What I would like is a motion to set the transfer station fees for residents for a full year at $60, for a half year at $45, and for seniors, and by that I mean residents or non-residents over the age of 62, the full year would be $45, and the half year would be $37.50. And by half year, I mean those permits that are purchased post July 1st of the year.
I'll
Discussion
make
on
the
the matter?
motion.
I have a motion. Do I have a
I'll
second?
make it.
Second.
I have a second. Discussion on the fees for the transfer station.
Nothing.
Since we are doing this via Zoom and the best way to register votes is by a roll call vote, I will ask the town clerk to call a roll.
Councilman Kitchen,
Yes.
Councilman Morrow,
Yes.
Councilman Secreto,
Yes.
Councilman Van Cleek,
Yes.
Supervisor Quigley.
Yes, thank you. This motion authorizes the town clerk to post the new fee schedule to the town's website effective tomorrow morning and to commence at the earliest possible time the sale of transfer station permits for the calendar year 2021 under the new fee schedule. And I have to ask, we do have printed permits for 2021?
We do.
Okay. Gentlemen, the next item on the agenda is the presentation of the resolution to be considered at the next meeting for the adoption of the 2021 town fee schedule. There is no action required on this resolution at this time. It's merely a presentation to introduce it into the public realm. The next item is a motion to set the date and time for the 2021 organizational meeting. I propose that we set the 2021 organizational meeting for Thursday, January 7th at 2021 at 7 p.m. That will precede our standard workshop for the first Thursday in January.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Suzanne, please call the roll.
Councilman Kitchen,
Yes.
Councilman Morrow,
Yes.
Councilman Secreto,
Yes.
Councilman Van Cleek,
Yes.
Supervisor Quigley.
Yes, thank you. The next item on our agenda, annually, we enter into an agreement with the Bank of Greene County for them to collect from their post office box the annual tax receipts and deposit them directly to the Town of Ulster tax collection account. So this is a motion to authorize the supervisor to sign the 2021 tax collection agreement with the Bank of Greene County for the collection of the 2021 real estate taxes. May I have a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Councilman Kitchen,
Yes.
Councilman Morrow,
Yes.
Councilman Secreto,
Yes.
Councilman Van Cleek,
Yes.
Supervisor Quigley.
Yes, thank you. Mr. Berardi, before I call for the motion on the next item, which is the intermunicipal agreement for police services in the City of Kingston, could you please explain to the board the purposes of this agreement and your experience of the Town of Ulster Police Department operating under the similar agreement for the year 2020?
I think we've been in this agreement for possibly the third year now, Supervisor. It just alleviates the issue with backup and assisting in emergency situations. Obviously, we can see as this year we have an increase in violence in the city. Even though they have their own police department, they always could use an extra hand or two. So this just alleviates the mutual aid part of it, and we respond in. We still ask for requests from them directly in order to cover ourselves, but this alleviates that.
Okay, so there are no actual items that would cause the board to reconsider this agreement from from the past history during 2020?
We had no issues, and it works well. For example, if we activate a ESU team out in the town of Ulster, which we get 12 of their members that respond out to the town of Ulster and assist us at no charge to the town of Ulster. If they do that in the city of Kingston, they get 4 of our members. So it's 3 times the amount of manpower we get.
Okay, very good. May I have a motion to authorize the supervisor to sign the agreement, the intermunicipal agreement for police services with the city?
I would be happy to make that motion, Mr. Supervisor.
I'll second it.
Okay, is there any discussion amongst the board members on this particular agreement?
None.
Roll call vote, please.
Councilman Kitchen,
Absolutely.
Councilman Morrow,
Yes.
Councilman Secreto,
Yes.
Councilman Van Cleek,
Yes.
Supervisor Quigley.
Yes, thank you. The next four actions are motions involving the police department and the operation of the Town of Ulster Police Firing Range for 2021. They include an intermunicipal agreement with the Kingston Police Department, the New York State DEC, the Ulster County Sheriff's Office, and the Ulster County Law Enforcement Training Group. Before considering these four motions individually, I'd like to ask Mr. Berardi, Chief Berardi, are there any issues that you would like to call to the board's attention in relation to these four agreements?
No, these are standard agreements we've been signing for many years now. It's the use of a range. Obviously, we know in years past, we had issues with a neighbor complaining about the overusage of the range. These are the only standing departments or organizations that have permission to use our range currently. And I gave a number last year. We utilized the range under 100 days. I know the question is always that we've shot over 100, like 150 days or so. But by counting last year, we used a range under 100 days total throughout the entire year.
Okay. So the first item on the agenda is a motion to authorize the supervisor to sign the 2021 range agreement with the Kingston Police Department. May I have a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Councilman Kitchen.
Yes.
Councilman Morrow.
Yes.
Councilman Secreto.
Yes.
Councilman Van Cleek.
yes,
Supervisor Quigley.
Yes, thank you. Next item is a motion to authorize the supervisor to sign the 2021 range agreement with the New York State DEC. Motion?
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Any discussion on this particular agreement? Roll call vote, please.
Councilman Kitchen.
Yes.
Councilman Morrow.
Yes.
Councilman Secreto.
Yes.
Councilman Van Cleek.
yes,
And Supervisor Quigley.
Yes, thank you. The next agreement is the motion to authorize the supervisor to sign the 2021 range agreement with the Ulster County Sheriff's Office. Motion?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion on this particular motion? Roll call vote, please.
Councilman Kitchen.
Yes.
Councilman Morrow.
Yes.
Councilman Secreto.
Yes.
Councilman Van Cleek.
yes,
Supervisor Quigley.
Yes, thank you. The next item on our agenda is a motion to authorize the supervisor to sign 2021 range agreement with the Ulster County Law Enforcement Training Group. That is the academy. Am I correct in that? Mr.
Yes.
Rardy?
Yes,
That is
that is correct. That's the police academy that operates through the college.
Okay, may I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion on this particular motion? Roll call vote, please.
Councilman Kitchen.
Yes.
Councilman Morrow.
Yes.
Councilman Secreto.
Yes.
Councilman Van Cleek.
yes,
Supervisor Quigley.
Yes, thank you. Mr. Morrow, could you take the next item and since you are the town's representative on the O&W Rail Trail?
We're asking for a motion approving payments to the town registrar of Marbletown and deputy registrar of vital statistics for the 12-month period ending November 30th, 2020, in accordance with the town policy. The committee that I sit on, the O&W Rail Trail Committee, is looking for the town to offer support for the purchase and creation of signage for the O&W Rail Trail.
Okay, the town does not at the present time have an operating portion of the O&W Rail Trail in its community. So these action by the town is totally in support of the communities such as Hurley, Marbletown, Rochester, and Warsing that have active portions of the O&W Rail Trail. So may I ask for a motion to authorize the supervisor to sign the letter of support for the O&W signage grant?
So moved.
So moved.
Got a second, a first and a second. Any discussion on the specific motion? Roll call vote, please.
Councilman Kitchen.
Yes.
Councilman Morrow.
Yes.
Councilman Secreto.
Yes.
Councilman Van Cleek.
yes,
Supervisor Quigley.
Yes, thank you. It is the end of the accounting year for the vital statistics function within the town. There's been a policy for the last 5 years that we bring to the town board an accounting of the revenue and a motion to authorize the distribution in accordance with a memo that is in the package as directed by our Registrar of Vital Statistics, Ms. Reevy. I will make a statement that the dollar amount may seem to be a little high, and it is. We did experience an increase in deaths in the town of Ulster in 2020 due to COVID-19, which caused the increased issuance of death certificates. Is that a correct statement, Ms. Reevy?
That's correct.
Okay. So may I have a motion approving the payments to the town register and deputy register of vital statistics?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion on the matter?
No.
Roll call vote, please.
Councilman Kitchen.
Yes.
Councilman Morrow.
Yes.
Councilman Secreto.
Yes.
Councilman Van Cleek.
yes,
Supervisor Quigley.
Yes, thank you. Next item is in relation to the East Kingston Fire Protection District. Ulster County Emergency Services for all volunteer fire companies in Ulster County has prepared a mutual aid plan. And in the other districts where there are Board of Fire Commissioners, the Board of Fire Commissioners authorized the signing of this plan. Given that the East Kingston Fire Company provides services through a fire protection district, they do not have a Board of Fire Commissioners. The town board is functionally the governing board for that fire protection district. I'm presenting tonight a resolution to the town board authorizing the supervisor to sign the Ulster County Fire Mutual Aid Plan on behalf of the East Fire Protection District for 2021. May I have a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Any discussion on the resolution?
Councilman Kitchen.
Yes.
Councilman Morrow.
Yes.
Councilman Secreto.
Yes.
Councilman Van Cleek.
yes,
Supervisor Quigley.
Yes, thank you. In a prior meeting, the town board considered the matter relating to the town's acquisition in the mid-1990s of the right-of-way for John Clark Drive at the intersection of Old Neighborhood Road. If you will recall, there was a portion of the right-of-way that was acquired by the town that constituted the backyard of a house that was present on the northwest corner of John Clark and Old Neighborhood. That parcel that the town acquired was under a use agreement with the then living owner of the property. The owner has passed on, the agreement has ceased, and the property owner has asked the town that we sell her the backyard so that they can continue the quiet enjoyment of their house with the backyard. The town board has previously declared the property surplus. I believe we have completed the permissive referendum period. Ms. Reevy?
Yes,
We
expired, yes.
advertised and the period has now expired.
Yes.
There is a resolution in the package authorizing the town board of the town of Ulster to sell surplus property to Jerry A. Oates as trustee of the Rusa Living Trust dated April 14th, 2016 for the sum of $5,000. Mr. Kovacs, you have drawn this contract, I believe, of sale,
Yes, I have.
and this adequately addresses the town's needs in the matter?
Yes, it does.
Okay, so may I have a motion accepting the resolution presented?
So moved.
Second.
Is there any discussion on the resolution? Roll call, please.
Councilman Kitchen.
Yes.
Councilman Morrow.
Yes.
Councilman Secreto.
Yes.
Councilman Van Cleek.
yes,
Supervisor Quigley.
Yes, thank you. At this point, we're back to old business. I would ask for an update from Councilman Van Cleek and Chief Berardi on the current activities of the Police Reform Committee.
we met last with committee members as they are concluding their subcommittee meetings. The plan is now for us to meet this coming Thursday which would be next Thursday, to bring together the 4 subcommittees' reports and make one document, which will be reviewed by all board members. And it will be a document that we will make available to the public for review and input in January. So far, everything's gone really well. We've had good participation. Kyle can report on, I think all of our committees have given in their reports. Is that correct, Kyle?
Yes, that is correct. I've been sending out the reports. I get them from the subcommittees and distributing to the entire reform committee so they can review them and have their thoughts come next week. And then we're looking forward to January. Obviously, with the whole COVID thing, hopefully it'll slow down a little bit, but we're having our townwide or community meeting in January. Obviously, if COVID's still in high existence, we're going to have to just strictly go to virtual.
One of the things we were thinking about is after we get this document put together for public input, then we may work with Susie to see if there's a way we can get this out on the town's website and get it published within the town. Any thoughts on that, Sue?
Yeah, that's easy. We can send out an email blast and put it on either, Kyle has a police tab on there, so we could put it in the police section or wherever you'd like. So it's easy.
Okay. We want to just, if we can, avoid having it disseminated out beyond the town, but if it will anyway. But our goal is to get it as much as possible to all of the town residents to show that we made a good faith effort to solicit their input. So I think we're going to have to accept input not only in public sessions, but we're going to have to accept input through email, mail, and text messaging. But we will work to do some kind of a public forum in a Zoom session of some form. So I'm sure we can pull something together.
Are there any issues that have come to the floor during the conduct of your meetings that the town board should be made aware of?
Excuse me. I haven't seen any issues. I've heard from other police chiefs in the county that some of their committees have gone a little sideways, if you want to say. I think most of our committee members are kind of focused for the most part, and essentially focusing on issues affecting the town of Ulster, not across the county, the state, or the country, more or less.
We've had a little bit of a need to keep the group focused on the local issue, but only a little. By far and away, they have kept and kept each other reined in as far as focusing on the town of Ulster is our focus point. That'll be to be seen as we compile, as we're looking at the reports, but even reviewing the reports from the subcommittees, they appear to be addressing local issues. There's nothing that's being presented that is of an extreme nature that would have significant financial impact or anything. It's all within the realm of what we've expected. So some creative and unique ideas too.
Very good. I have 3 issues to just ask for updates on. Mr. Majori, would you update us on the Spring Lake Sewer District project?
Spring Lake Sewer District is going well, thanks to the sewer department crew and the highway department crew. We're working together in some pretty rough conditions. We've had a lot of rock, we've had a lot of groundwater. The project is moving along very well. We should be wrapping up Spring Lake Drive tomorrow and moving on to Sackaman next week. Golf, Catskill, and Lucas are all complete and pressure tested, and we have 2 units gone live on Golf Terrace, and a 3rd should be up and running tomorrow.
Mr. Petremont, is there anything you'd like to add about the highway department's involvement in the project?
Sorry, I didn't know how to work this. No, I think everything's going good. Like Vincent said, apparently they'll be done with Spring Lake tomorrow. And hopefully this time next week, we can say we're done with both portions of both phases there. And we could start doing some wrap up for the winter.
Okay, very good. Mr. Kovacs, you and I had a conversation earlier today. The town has been approached about a house at 21 Stevens Street in Hillside Acres. It is a foreclosure. Could you update the board on the actions that you have taken since we authorized you last meeting to undertake certain actions?
Yes, I contacted the attorneys for the bank, which holds the first mortgage. They have a judgment of foreclosure and sale dated February of this year. I've reached out to them today, and I did discuss the matter with them this afternoon. They are looking into the matter, and they are going to get back to me tomorrow on what they can do to hopefully clean up the property.
Okay, if they fail to act, because this is an issue that the building department has been dealing with the property management company for 2 years, is there an alternative path for the town should they not be open to doing the corrective actions?
Yes, what I can do is get the Supreme Court involved. There's a pending foreclosure case with Judge Mott. My plan would be, if I can't get any resolution by next week, ask the judge for a court conference.
Okay. Given the timeliness of the next town board meeting and the holiday schedule, I'd like a motion to authorize Mr. Kovacs to take and escalate the matter to the next level next week if he is not satisfied with the actions by the bank.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second it.
Okay, roll call vote, please.
Councilman Kitchen,
Yes.
Councilman Morrow,
Yes.
Secreto,
Yes.
Councilman Van Cleek,
Yes.
Supervisor Quigley.
Yes, thank you. And the third matter involves Mr. Tutt. We've had a number of complaints, continuing complaints about the illegal dumping. And Mr. Secreto, I'll follow up with you in a second on your observations. But the matters of the illegal dumping in East Kingston on East Devils Lake Road, the Main Street extension going into the city. Have we had any problems with the property owners in the town of Ulster cooperating and keeping their portions of that roadway clean?
Anytime I've approached Scenic Hudson, they have promptly responded. The only one I'm not getting response from currently is Callanan. I have a couple calls into a couple different individuals. I will follow up again tomorrow and see if I can't get some headway.
Is that mattress still sitting in front of their gate?
That's what I'm going to check on tomorrow.
Very good. Mr. Secreto, would you care to comment on the items that you've noticed around town?
Oh, most of the garbage right now is from the town of Ulster line going back into the city of Kingston, out of East Kingston. TVs, couches, there's quite a few of them out there. And today I cleaned up the entrance to Ryder Park going down the hill, and also Orlando Street. People are just doing illegal dumping, and it's furniture mostly.
This appears to be a reoccurring issue at Orlando Street. This will be the second time we've had what appears to be a major clean out dumped down there. Is that a correct statement? Because I think the highway department cleaned up something a couple of weeks ago down there.
Yes, they did. But I had my trailer with me today, so I threw everything in my trailer. And I'll meet up hopefully with Frank tomorrow so I can get into the transfer station to empty it. But this has been an ongoing problem for years, you know.
But this is the first time I've heard you mention having a problem with dumping at Ryder Park.
Ryder Park, going down the hill, somebody threw and it was in good shape, a baby's crib and some other baby items. Right on the side of the road right there.
Okay.
Well, yeah, that's the first for Ryder.
All right. Mr. Berardi, at my request, has obtained some quotes for some mobile license plate readers and other paraphernalia that is solar powered, that it can be remotely operated. We will have a discussion in the next couple of days and hopefully bring something to the board at the next meeting, authorizing the purchase of a device or two of this nature so that we can start monitoring these locations and aggregating data that might give us a lead as to who's doing these actions.
Supervisor, I did speak to the current company we utilize for our license plate reader. They have a more user-friendly mobile device coming out early part of next year. Like we talked about, that dumps into the same server. So we might want to just hold off for a month or two and see if we can see what type of product they're putting out as well.
Is there any advanced information that they could give us so that we can at least be smart on it when it comes time?
Nothing much. The salesman didn't have a lot of information on it. He says it's more adaptable to mobile placement than their current mobile LPR system.
Okay.
Similar to the one that I gave you the picture on. He said it's comparable in nature.
Maybe we should bring Kingston on board with this too. Because directly coming down the hill from First Avenue into Main Street is where the problem is. It's that blind section.
I would wonder whether the Kingston Police Administration is intimately as involved as our police administration is in our discussions on the matter. So, Mr. Berardi, if you could follow up with Mr. Tinty to see if they have any need or any interest in something like this.
I'll see if they've gotten us some active complaints on it. I'm aware from looking at obviously the local news, Kingston's installing several more LPR units throughout the city. I would like to see interested in where they're possibly placing those.
I saw an article in one of our town magazines that talked about the use of construction lighting in areas where there's vandalism or stuff. Would there be any benefit over on Orlando to temporarily set up some lighting over there?
Let me ride down there to see if I think, what my concern would be is, the maintenance of that equipment along with the potential somebody driving in there and then driving off with it.
If I'm not corrected, I think we had a gate down here years ago, didn't we, Frank?
I'm not sure, Rock. I don't remember a gate, but it very well could have been one.
It was just it was a swinging gate right at the far field.
Yeah, but then they'll just run on the grass. If they're going to want to dump, they'll get there somehow. I mean, there's a lot of open area where the cars ride across there now on softball nights.
All right. Any additional comment from board members?
None from me.
Okay, we usually open the floor to public comment at this time, but since we limited to only town board members and department heads, I ask for a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you
Aye.
very much.
Hey, Frank,
Yeah, Rock.
can I meet up with you tomorrow?
Yeah, give me a text when you're